Every abstract painting tells a unique story, not necessarily a linear narrative, but a story of emotion, inspiration, and the artist's inner world. I have always been drawn to the wild, untamed beauty of nature, not the perfectly manicured gardens, but the ones where ivy crawled freely, where forgotten wildflowers pushed through cracked pavement, and where the air hummed with the quiet, persistent life of insects. This painting began as a feeling, a memory of stumbling upon such a place, perhaps an old, overgrown estate garden, or a secluded corner of a botanical park that had been left to its own devices. It was a place where light filtered through a canopy of leaves in dappled patterns, and the scent of damp earth mingled with the faint sweetness of blossoms. The act of painting became a meditation for me, a way to connect with that quiet energy. As my hand moved across the canvas, adding a stroke here, a wash there, I wasn't just creating an image, I was reliving the feeling of discovery, of wonder, and of finding beauty in imperfection. Each faint outline of a flower, each ghostly leaf, isn't a precise botanical study but rather a memory, a fleeting glimpse. The dragonflies, if one looks closely, are whispers of life, darting and dancing through the air. The subtle patterns woven into the background suggest the intricate web of life, the hidden details that make up the beauty of the natural world. I didn't set out to paint a literal depiction. Instead, I wanted to capture the essence of that experience. The muted blues and greens represent the soft, diffused light and the shadowy corners, while the pops of pink and yellow are the unexpected bursts of color from resilient blooms. The rough textures and overlapping layers speak to the passage of time, the growth and decay, and the way nature reclaims its own. This painting is a reminder that even in the most chaotic or forgotten spaces, there is a vibrant, enduring spirit, a story of life unfolding in its own wild, beautiful way. It's an invitation to the viewer to step into that forgotten garden, to breathe in its atmosphere, and to find their own whispers of beauty within its abstract forms.